Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I hope that you are all well. I am going to be conducting an energy reading today for the collective. So please stand in your sovereignty, use your discernment, and take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything in this reading that resonates with you, you can pop your comments in the box below. So I've got the cards out already. I was actually getting a message, not since probably for the past week or so. And the message kept on coming through as release the frequencies, let the money flow. Release the frequencies, let the money flow. And even up to today, it was getting so much that I thought, okay, I need to get the cards out and see what this is about. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles upright. We have got the High Priestess upright. Page of Pentacles upright. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. The Eight of Pentacles upright. And we have got that came out of the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Strength card in the reverse with the Nine of Swords upright. And underneath the bottom of the deck, we got the Nine of Pentacles upright. And just as I was grabbing the deck to show you guys the bottom of it, this popped up, which is the Hanged Man in the reverse. So I'm going to kind of take that energy, that as a sign as well. So what I'm seeing here is that there is, I mean, you guys know, I mean, the energies are going crazy at the moment. There is a lot of intense energies, very positive energies coming through, but it's smashing through the negative energies. So both of these forces are really intense. And obviously, as you're rising up in your vibrations and frequencies, and you know, you're standing more in your power for what you want, you know what you want, you know who you are, you're starting to remember certain things, getting your intuition increased, you're going to get pushback from the dark side because they don't really want us to let go. We are the assets that they control, or they think they can control. However, there's a lot of things that's changing, and this is one of them. So I am feeling, obviously, freedom. I'm obviously getting a lot of abundance energies that have been trying to come through for a very long time. But it's just that obviously because of the way how things are with these constraints, restrictions, and power struggles and power play and stuff like that, back and forth, like on a tennis court, the ones that are suffering the most would be the population. And there is still this constant struggle still up to now. Let's keep it real. But that doesn't mean that you must stop dreaming. That doesn't mean that you must stop wanting a better life for yourself. You need to keep going with that. And again, as I always say, keep your shields up. So what we see here is, with regards to the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess, there's a feeling here of a connection to upstairs in the quantum field, if you like. Okay. And this can be your guides. This can be, some people say, your higher self or the real you. You're getting back to your resonance and remembrance. And there's something about being guided here. There's a real strong case of spiritually guiding. But this guidance obviously is coming from within. So within, so without. So whatever you are aligning with, and really trust in this energy. Trust nobody but yourself, your heart, what's going on with your intuition. If it feels right to you and you're vibrating on that, then that's the direction that you need to go to. Not what anybody else is going to say, not even what I'm saying here. What I say doesn't matter. What is going on with you matters the most. So there's this connection here. It's solid. It's really, really solid. But there's also caution here when it comes to moving in silence, silent observation, and this deep, intuitive inner knowing. Okay, it's being spiritually guided. And what I see going on here as well is the fact that over time, so we're kind of like going back in time a bit, where you would have been trying to sort of like become more independent, become more self-sustained. But with this page, it was almost like it wasn't, you know, you was always getting met with a lot of restrictions, obviously. But something has shifted, something has changed, where this burst of energy is coming through, which has caused now something now that was constraining you to be released. And all of these cards, the Queen, the Page, the 4 and the 8 and the 9, they are all pentacles, and all that's to do with material wealth, in the physical world. So this is really amazing to see. And whatever these frequencies were, they would have been in the form of like the Hanged Man and the Strength cards, both being upright, because they would have been really holding you down, making you be like, say, in this energy, and then just really stressing you the hell out. But the thing is, because of the way how the cards have fallen and the signs and synchronicities I have been receiving, even as I speak, it's just insane. It's just really like, you know, even if you may think something really feels really crazy and you think, oh my God, like, how am I going to get out of this? Do not worry, all is well. This time shall come to pass. You know that what you're seeing out there is an illusion, it's not real. What's going on inside of you is real. Okay? So I'm going to just extend, you know, the reading a little bit just to get some more information, because as you know, where these cards came out first, I always like to sort of pull cards so that you can see what's going on. All right, so we're going to get just to extend and see how this is going to be playing out, what's been going on. Right, so I'm just going to... So have any of you guys been noticing anything really, really, like, it's so obvious that you can't unsee it in your area? What about the people around you? Have they been acting more weirder or acting more that they want to know more information? I just feel that many of you are just really kind of like really going within. I'm not sort of saying that, you know, you're being cowards or nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. But you're just using your energy wisely. You're just really making sure that you are filtering out sort of things that really, it doesn't matter how nice a person is. It doesn't mean that they're wicked or bad-minded. It's just that what they're saying may not resonate with you. And that's okay. Even this channel, if there's anything that you think, no, you know something, this isn't for me, you are more than welcome to leave and go on to somebody else or something else that is going to be in alignment with where you are today. There's no law that says that you have to stay with this channel, you know, and I want you guys to grow and expand. So let's have a look and see what's going on with the Queen of Pentacles. The cards have been shuffled. So we've got the Seven of Swords. Now this can indicate, you know, it depends on how you look at it, but yes, it can indicate deception or like evasion or anything like that. But this can also represent strategy, planning. Okay. You don't have to explain everything to certain people, because as you know, when you start explaining about your dreams and stuff like that, you're going to get people that you may have experienced a lot of jealousy around you, or you may say certain things to certain people and it's like, oh really? Yeah, okay. But they're not really feeling that enthusiasm with you. Okay, so over time you've learned really to kind of like stay low. So I do sense that with this card in particular, and yeah, of course you want to escape. Everybody wants to escape from this place, especially when you know that it's not good for you, this reality they're in, okay? So there's a lot of strategy that is, you know, been happening here. Tell me about what the High Priestess is. We have got the King of Swords. So as I just explained to you, you don't have to be explaining yourself left, right and center about what it is that you are doing. You are in control of your mind, your thoughts, okay? Always try to remember that. Although we do have episodes, we do know of these infiltrations where people may kind of like feel that their thoughts are not their own. So really, really do check out, really, really and truly get to know yourself. And again, as I said, with the shielding that you're going to be doing, clearing out, any kind of energetic parasites within your aura, within you, within your body, shielding yourself, knowing who you are, standing in your sovereignty and your discernment, do not allowing it to consent to anything that does not align with where you are and who you are today. So this is double sort of like, I mean, I'm also getting that some people may assume that you are a very cold person. You don't say much, or you might have an expression on your face that I'm getting like rested bitch face. And this can be kind of like intimidating to certain people, kind of off-putting. I don't see you as somebody, you may be a really loving person, you may, like give, certain people hugs, but I feel that that has greatly reduced over a period of time because you're getting to understand about energy transfers. If somebody, somebody doesn't have to, sort of like touch you in order to affect you and stuff like that. And I'm very certain you're one of those people that don't like being touched, especially when it comes to touching your head. So don't touch me. Don't touch my head. Don't do anything. All right. The Page of Pentacles, we do have the Five of Discs. So this is about, discs are Five of Pentacles, okay? Upright, but this is in the reverse. So this is about learning how to come out from the lack mentality. This is not easy to do. This is something that you really have to do, put a lot of effort in, okay? Because we know that we get those days of one minute we feel really upbeat and energized, and then the next minute something kicks in, or we might see something that triggers us into, oh, for fuck's sake, like it's going to be like this now. And it's just the reaction that is being given. But don't forget, what you put your emotions to, you're going to get the wheels turning in motion for something that you really don't want to experience, right? So always bear that in mind. You always want to make sure that you are working towards being in an energy of, this is what I am experiencing, what I am expecting, this is what I want for myself, and fighting for it, fighting for it, okay? Fighting for your freedom, fighting for your soul. Okay, so this is learning. So some of you may be taking up courses, going online, looking at YouTube videos, Instagram, TikTok videos, anything where you're going to be getting some kind of inspiration from. This is you. So the Four of Pentacles being in reverse, we've got the Judgment card. So this is the blast. This is the energy that has been shifting. This is the awakening that has been experiencing, what we've all been experiencing right now. And this is really, again, what I was saying, release the frequencies, let the money flow. And if you notice that, it's a trumpet and a sound, it lets out a frequency. This is a very high frequency, which these lower entities and energies cannot contain and maintain. They can't do it. So they end up like dissolving and moving away. So with regards to the Eight of Pentacles, we have got the Nine of Wands. As I said, you're going to have to fight for this. We're all wound down, we're all mashed up, but we're not giving up. This is determination. You may be physically weak, but you're spiritually strong. And you're not giving up. This is determination. You've been through the worst. And you're going to transform yourself from the Nine of Wands into the Nine of Pentacles. Don't give up, okay? I just want to pull a couple of cards extra for the Strength card and the Nine of Swords. I see this in stages as well, because I've got 3 9s here, 999. Can I get 2 cards, please? So this is, I'm pulling for the Strength card. So I've got the Ace of Wands, again, with that burst of energy that's coming through. It's firing it up. It's just because this is the start. This is like, like when you watch the races, if you watch TV, like athletics and stuff, and the races are just about to go, and then the person shoots the guy, and then it's just like the firing start. And for the Nine of Swords, we have got the Three of Discs. So this is like the ending of worrying whether things are going to work out for you or not. Am I going to get a job? Am I going to be able to, you know, co-create and collaborate with people? All of that is being dissolved. Okay, and then for the card underneath the bottom of the deck, we've actually got the Ace of Cups. So this is where the, you know, healing is coming in, tons and tons of creativity. And if you add the fire and the water together, this is very, very, very significant. This is really powerful energy right here. And this is why I had to jump on to this reading to show you guys, you know, what I've been sensing for the past week or so. And it's been resounding around and round and round, and it's literally not letting me go. So I want to be able to share this good energy with you all too, because you all deserve to be happy and you all deserve to be relishing in your freedom. All right, so let's start closing out this reading now with the Inner Temple Oracle. So we have got the sensuality. So there's kind of like a real sort of softening edge. And I really do feel that this is you really blooming through, really just stepping into the heart space and really getting back in touch with, all right, when I say feminine side, I don't mean this, you know, this is just energy here. So whether you're a man watching this channel or not, this is to do with the energy. And I'm really getting the strong connection with the Ace of Cups. This is about really stepping into that beautiful heart space, and really your creativity is blooming from you. This is like where your creation is, and obviously your sacral chakra as well, if you are into chakras and stuff. The next card that we have got is Ancestral Healing. So this is wonderful, as I said, about, you know, this healing energy, because I also feel that this is going to be what was trying to hold you down and restrict you and depress you and compress you into a tiny little box. This is you sort of like releasing, being released. You may be connected, you know, you may have, obviously, I mean, we all have like, you know, connections to our families or those who've passed on. Maybe one of those people who really work a lot with your ancestors. And if not, if you know, are somebody that is going to need healing, you can always, you know, tap in and ask, you know, a higher being or like your family that's passed on, you know, to help you. Because if you ask for the help, you will get it. If you don't and you stay, you know, in silence and suffer and not, you know, you're just creating the energy, you know, the reality for yourself. The next card that we've got is Fated Life. So this is interesting. Now, usually it would be like the destiny life, you're following your destiny. But this kind of feels to me as if this is, because this is for something that, you know, they were trying to kind of seal your fate, trying to be like, you know, you've got to accept your fate and all this business. But to me, this feels, if you look, about healing this and sensuality. This is about freedom. This is breaking free from this, like these constraints and stuff like that. You know, that the controllers would say, oh, this is, you know, this is how it's going to be. And it's like, no, it ain't, bitch. No, just watch me. You know, just watch and see. And the next card that we have got the Chamber of Innocence. And I'm really getting this feeling of like everything that has been, you know, really sort of like affecting you. This is like, again, every part of you that needs healing. And I am also picking up strongly on the Page of Cups. I know this is, you know, an oracle card, but I'm getting that Page of Cups energy, which is really, oh, okay, that wants to come out as well. So this is really about, you know, releasing all of that creativity. There could have been certain things that you always wanted to do as a child, like childhood dreams, or the way how you saw life back then. Simple, easy, clear, clarity, abundant. It doesn't have to be this way. Why is it this way? Why do we have to suffer, etc.? But I just feel that there's this reconnection to like the inner child version of you versus who you are today versus who you are going to be in the future. You know, it's all about just, you know, making those connections. And we have got Chamber of Inspiration, strong, you know, alignment with the Page of Wands right there. So I do feel that with the creativity that you're going to be bursting through and really tapping into, connecting with, it's going to give you that inspiration that you need to move forward. And then the card underneath the bottom of the deck we have got is unhookable. These lower energies and entities cannot hook onto your good vibes right now. Yes, they are going to try everything, and I mean every little thing. They're going to stop. Yeah, they're going to stop. But because they're so bad-minded and ignorant, they're not going to stop because they don't want to. They don't understand that their time is up, and they're oblivious to that. So they believe within their own sick, twisted minds that no matter what they say to, everybody's going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we just love the suffering. Yeah, really? We will show them different. So guys, this is the energy reading that I've got. I hope that this has kind of helped you out with some kind of confirmation. As I said, this is something that you can take home and kind of be like, yes, or you can just take little bits and say, yeah, that's okay, or just don't take any of it at all. Just think, well, this energy is not for me. All right, so you take care of yourselves, guys, and I will see you all in the next reading. Take care.